Like, like they act like people are just religiously supporting Pokemon just because it's Pokemon and not because this is a brand that we have played and enjoyed for 30 years consistently with no drop in quality, with consistent releases, with no real like weird like divergences from what people actually like the brand for. It's kind of shocking when you compare like Pokemon to something like say Grand Theft Auto. I mentioned the other day that Pokemon Go by itself has generated almost as much in revenue as Grand Theft Auto 5 on a fraction of the budget, and that's not even a mainline game. So when you take into like situations like that, like you really start to understand just how successful of a brand Pokemon actually is. And all of this whining about the mainline games is at a certain point going to completely implode. Like people were sick of Pokemon, they were tired of it, and they were ready to fight to the death to make sure Pokemon failed. And then like what happened? It just died down into nothingness. Like Gen 6 was in a lot of ways the end of like Gen 1ing. And this is kind of the second phase of that, where the people who grew up with Gen 6 now are now doing the same things that Gen 1ers did back in the day.